Did you know that you could be getting 2 deals a month from Facebook groups for free? No ads, no spending a dime, and even if you're not a social media guru. So who is this for? It's going to say agents, loan officers. Don't worry, this is coming for you too. Agents ready to stop wasting money on inconsistent ads and other paid lead gen activities. Anybody relate to that? I do. Definitely spent a lot of money on paid ads and was not too happy with it, to be honest. Agents who've seen others close deals using Facebook groups and want in on the action without having to spend countless hours building your own group. If this was the training for building your own group, this is not the training. We will have one on that, by the way, because between Chris and myself, well, we have collectively over 1 million people in our groups. So agents who are already using Facebook groups but want to improve and increase their production, agents already using Facebook that just aren't making money from it. So you're on Facebook, but it is not making you money. You are missing out. But here's what I'm going to tell you right off the bat. If you're not going to be on Facebook consistently, or you want to keep your social media life private, then this is not the training for you. It just doesn't work that way. This will not work the way that you want it to if you're like, yeah, I want to close deals from Facebook groups, but I'm not going to be active on Facebook daily. It's not going to work. I'm going to tell you right off the bat. And it may sound silly to you, but I get people saying that all the time. Loan officers, this is 100% applies to you. Like I talked with Paul before, because I know a lot of you came from Paul's group. We firmly believe loan officers should not be at the mercy of agents for leads. And I'm an agent, just so you know, not a loan officer, not a dual. And I say this. So this will help you generate leads. This will also help you find agents to work with because, we're partners. So this is a distraction-free zone, guys. If you're distracted, you're distracting. You should be in the Agent Alliance live weekly calls. They're free. They're interactive. Within 5 to 10 minutes, you are working, getting live examples, live role plays. Unlike most calls where they're just sitting there and they're texting, we got you. You're going to leave this call having worked on a solution for your business, have an accountability partner, and a whole community behind you to solve these problems. But you got to get into live call to get the full interactive experience. So, we're going to get right into it, like I promised. Step 1, what groups? What groups? So I can't believe I'm saying this because normally I would be vehemently against this, but I want you to open up Facebook right now. Now, if you're on your phone and you're not at a computer and you can't do that, then you can try on your phone or just listen really good. But for those of you who are at your computer or those of you who can navigate well on your phone through Facebook, you're going to open Facebook and I want you to search for some of these examples of groups that are local to you that you can join. You can do bigger groups for state, but we're just going to try to go as local as possible, okay? So here's some examples. So local groups like What's Happening in Your Town. I live in Murfreesboro. There's a group called What's Happening in Murfreesboro, right? And you're going to find groups like that. So that's one thing you can search for. What's happening, insert your town name. Yard sale, buy, sell, trade. Those are good groups to be in. Hobby groups, okay? You like fishing, you like hunting, you like surfing. What are some of your hobbies? These are good groups to be in, believe it or not. They're not as direct, obviously, about real estate as maybe buy, sell, and local groups who are asking about amenities, but they're powerful. And then other social groups like mom groups, I'm not even kidding, are some of the most powerful groups ever to be in. And for us guys, I'm sorry, the dad groups just aren't as strong. Moms crush it. So if you are a woman and you're a mom and you're not in mom's groups, oh my gosh, you are missing an amazing opportunity, okay? Church groups, other community-oriented groups. So I want you to pick at least 3 groups, just their names, copy and paste them in the chat. Remember, we're interactive. We don't waste time. If you don't know immediately or you can't navigate because maybe you're on your phone, right? And so it's difficult for you to do this, then just go ahead and start writing down for yourself just some groups that maybe hobby groups. I'm going to go search for this type of hobby group. Does that make sense? for those of you who can't navigate right off. For everybody else, give me 3 groups. Remember, we're exercising. I want to see them in the chat. Drop them in the chat. 3 groups, 3 group names. Just copy and paste. Andrew, you're going to have to toy around with it. One of the easiest things you can do is literally just type in your city name into Facebook groups for searching for Facebook groups. They even let you toggle settings where you can toggle Facebook groups on, and it'll help you to by showing you what kind of names of groups, right? They might phrase it differently. Oh, Lori's got it. Mountain Gems, Living in Gray, Irwin Buzz. Is Irwin the city? Is that the city, Lori? Yeah. Those are fantastic examples. Well done, Lori. Start searching, drop those names. You're going to need at least some groups. Look at Bonnie jumping in. Holistic Moms of Jacksonville, St. John's. There we go. See, sometimes you'll see collectives, multiple areas that kind of come together. St. John's Moms and Women, nice job. Keeping Up with Jonesboro. There we go. Andrea, Houston online yard sale. Fantastic. Fantastic. You guys are crushing it, okay? Do this exercise. You will need this, okay? You will need this for the rest of this call because we're going to actually help you do the real thing. This isn't just a lecture. I want you to leave knowing exactly what to do and how to do it, all right? So keep dropping those, but I want to keep moving on time, okay? So keep searching, keep dropping those in the chat. You want to get at least 3 so that you're comfortable, that you know what you're looking for. Good job, Trina. What's happening, Buckeye? Moving to North Carolina. That's right, Jennifer. Like, good stuff. All right. So I'll pause real quick. I got a question. Do we want to join even if they do not want spam or solicitation? Absolutely, because you are not going to spam and you're not soliciting. And we're going to talk about what to post. Actually, we're going to talk about what posts first that you're going to look for. Do not... I have to emphasize this. Do not join these groups and then immediately start posting. You have not earned that right. They don't know who you are. You haven't built rapport, right? And everybody hates being sold to, okay? So you're not going to join these groups and then just start posting, hey, guys, even if you're super nice and friendly about it. Hey, guys, I'm Robert. I'm an agent, local, blah, blah, blah. Okay, another salesman. Get out. You'll probably get banned pretty fast that way. Don't do that. Instead, you're going to do this. Step 2. What posts are you looking to comment on? All right. So you're going to select one of these groups. Each of you select one of the groups that you found. And remember, guys, if I'm going too fast, bear with me. If you've all registered, so you will get a replay. You'll get the slideshow. But I just want to be so mindful of time. And this isn't even the full exercise we're doing today. So select one of those groups and identify one direct and one indirect post. I'm going to give you examples of those so you know exactly what you're looking for, okay? So a direct post is, I'm looking for a real estate agent or loan officer. Duh, right? These are direct. They're obvious. They're very clear. Another direct example is, I'm looking for a house or a finance situation, owner financing, no down payment, right? Different things like that. And then, of course, the obvious agent or loan officer's referral, right? Loan officer referring to a loan officer. Actually, loan officers are great. Agents are great because they refer to each other. But just the direct peer-to-peer referrals. So those are direct posts. So you're going to find one direct post. You can actually search in groups too. And so you can use keywords when you're searching in a group like real estate agent, loan officer, owner financing. So those will actually help you find those posts. But in a lot of these groups, you can just kind of scroll through. If they're not a direct moving to group, right, a direct real estate or financing group, you might not get as many direct posts in those. And that's why I'm going to show you indirect posts to look for, okay? Moving sale or I need boxes. Those are gold mines, okay? Local area posts. Hey, can someone tell me about the schools in this area? What are some of the amenities? What's a good thing for us to be able to do around this area? Okay. Are there walking trails? And then, of course, safety and crime. What's the crime like? Are the neighborhoods safe? Okay. Those are indirect posts, right? They're not asking for an agent or a loan officer or a house or anything like that, but they are asking for things about an area that will lead you to and keep you close in the vicinity of real estate. And it all leads to these conversations. And then last one is, local events and amenities. Again, what to do, right? Those are actually some of the most popular ones, and they're great because a lot of people that are professionals like yourselves, loan officers and real estate agents, they don't ever answer the question. They just start selling themselves, or they just ignore it. And do you know how awful that actually feels when you have something that you're asking for help for, and you're asking and then people just ignore you, and you're like, well, hello, could you actually answer my question? But you have no problem. It's our tendency. We do it. But you have no problem going to them and directly asking for business and hoping they'll choose you. And they're like, but you've been ignoring me. Heck no. You can't do that. You can't just do that, right? So local events. So now I want you to locate and paste at least one direct or indirect post and drop in the chat. What I mean is, if someone posted, hey, I'm looking for things to do in Houston, Texas, just copy that exact post and drop it in the chat. Copy that exact text and drop it in the chat. And the reason why I'm going through this exercise is, again, I want you guys to actually walk through this process so that when you leave the call today, you can say, I actually did this thing, and this all leads to getting that closed deal. It will. I'm giving you the exact process that I use, and I've proven it time and time again, and some of you have already dropped that were in the chat earlier that you close. So you're going to go, no problem, Andrea. So you're going to go and find either a direct or indirect post, and you're going to copy what that post says. Just copy and paste the text, highlight that text, copy and paste it, and drop it in the chat. That way, one, I can make sure I'm seeing that you're seeing the right posts. Some of them you're going to be, if you're already in groups, some of them you're going to have to pen. There'll be private groups, so there's pending approval and stuff like that. Where are you all from? Let's get to know each other. That's a fun one. There we go, Michael. That's awesome. That's a great one, actually. You're going to learn. That's people giving up their geolocation right away. You'll know exactly where, if they're near you. That's fantastic. Honestly, good one. Keep that in your little playbook, man. Perfect. And this is why we're dropping them in the chat, right, guys? We're sharing our gems with each other. We're sharing these things that we're finding. So copy and paste that. Yes, you're looking for other people that have said this, because these are posts that you're going to be commenting on, right? So I'm teaching you to hunt for these posts, to be active for these posts. So much of this I just had to figure out on my own, and that's why I know the best ones, direct and indirect, to look for. So again, you're going into these groups, look for these types of posts, the direct and the indirect posts. Copy and paste them. If you're not 100% sure, it's okay. Just drop it in the chat. You're going to refine yourself as you go along. It'll get better. Indirect from Lori. Recently moved here and I'm looking for recommendations for a direct primary care provider. Fantastic, by the way. And anyone have experience with and then specific healthcare providers. That is one of the best posts you could ever get, by the way. That is such a good post to be able to find. So this is why we're dropping in the chat, guys, to open and expand your mind. I'm going to go over why Lori's is really, really good. So it's indirect. They didn't ask for a realtor. They didn't ask for a loan officer. They didn't even ask for anything real estate related. But one, it's so good because they straight up told you they recently moved here. And maybe they have bought a house already. We're not selling here, guys. We're providing value. Now Lori has a chance to meet one of their needs and build a relationship with a potential referral partner. Okay? Because you're going to bring them business, and then as you bring them business, Lori can build a relationship. That's a whole different training we'll do about going and having your vendors and referral partners that are not real estate, like HVAC and stuff like that. Oh, and look at that. Michael just said, I'm looking for AC and duct cleaning. Yeah. But there's so much spam in these groups. You guys are going to have a fun time with that. All right. I'm only seeing a couple people copying and pasting posts. It sounds like we're struggling a little bit on this step. So asking about yard sales. Absolutely, Stephen. Andrea, how do we search the groups? So there's usually at the top of a group, depends on whether you're on a phone, desktop, PC, Mac, because they all format them slightly different. But typically there's going to be a search, and then you can search for keywords like, okay, on a desktop PC, at the top, there's usually a little search icon, little magnifying glass. Sometimes it says the word search. So, yeah. Daycare options, Jason, well done. Yep. Daycare options, looking for at home daycare options. This is fantastic. Okay. Another one from Jason. Does anybody know a reliable plumber? Oh, seriously, guys, I can't tell you how good these posts that you're dropping here. Take notes. For those of you who are not able to look or you're struggling a little bit, don't worry. That's why we're sharing them in the chat. Now you're seeing live examples of really great posts to get involved in. All right, I got to keep moving forward. Step 3 is when you get to these posts, what do you actually comment? What do you actually say? All right, now here's the fun stuff, okay? Who has seen I'm looking for a loan officer or I'm looking for a real estate agent post with 400 plus comments? Anybody raise your hand? I want to see those hands. Come on now. Oh my gosh. Now, put the hand down. Who of you have seen those posts and said, why bother? I'm not going to comment. There's no point. All right. Time to change your mindset on that. Some of the best clients I got quite literally had 470 comments on them. And I'm the one who closed the deal. And I wasn't anywhere in the first, just to be clear. I think there was 100 plus comments. First of all, you have to remember, this is a low time commitment activity. This is one of the fastest things you can do. So there's no reason not to put your what do they say, your hat in it, right? The hat in the ring or whatever. Mixing up phrases probably. The second thing is you have a way to post differently. If you go and read those 470 comments, 99.9% of them are almost all identical. Seriously. And tell me if this sounds familiar. Lori makes a post. Hey guys, I'm looking for a realtor, or I'm looking for a loan officer. And then here comes the post. Hey Lori, I'm local. I'm a real estate agent and I'd love to help you. And then there's the next comment. Sounds pretty much the same. And the next comment. Now we'll get a little change up. You'll get, I'm the number one team. I'm the number one agent. Or I've been here for 25 years. Any of this sound familiar? Yeah? Sounding pretty familiar? Or they go direct into sales, right? I've got great loan programs. I've got all these things. Here's the problem. You didn't actually do anything useful, and you just proved to them that you're like everybody else. I mean, seriously, if everybody's wearing gray and you want to prove that you're not just another agent that wears gray, then what do you need to do? Wear a different color. Present yourself differently. Okay? So don't say useless information like I'm local. Duh, we assume you're local. If I'm asking about Houston, Texas, I wouldn't be expecting that someone in LA is turning around and trying to tell me about Houston, Texas. So you're redundant information. Okay? I've lived here for 25 years. Okay, who cares? Like, I wouldn't have asked and I wouldn't have known. Doesn't really mean much. I'm the number one this. Can you tell me how that benefits me? You need to provide value. So one is a couple basic steps, and then I will actually get you into exactly a real live example showing what I comment and how I do this. And for those who have taken this class before, this is new information. I actually did some updates based off of what I do. I like the humor, Jennifer. That's good. All right, so you do need to tag their name in the comments. Can you believe how many of these comments don't even tag the person in it? They don't even tag their name. They just get so quick to post their billboard of who they are. I mean, I even see people who just drop a business card. They don't even say anything. They just drop a picture of their business card. Now, that's not an insult if that's you, okay? I'm proud of you for trying, and I'm proud of you for doing that. I just want to make it actually count for something, okay? I want you to get paid for the work that you do, okay? So you need to tag their name in the comment, at whoever it is. If it's Lori, at Lori, okay? This will show up different. Yes, sometimes Trina, it won't let you. You just try every time, and it's okay if you don't. It doesn't work. This will actually show up your notification of a comment different than people who don't tag them. So right off the bat, you need to answer their question, want, or need while offering something more at the same time. Again, I'm going to give you a real life example. Okay. And then you need to attach a picture or even video when permitted, not of your business card, but of something interesting and useful. Remember, everyone throws away business cards. So why do you think it would be different online? If they could, they would throw away your business card online too, just to be clear. All right? Okay, I know that was a lot. Save the post. Don't write any comments yet. The posts that you've been copying and pasting in the chat. Now, I'm going to give you a real life example. This made me $20,000, okay, from the agent side of things. And made my lender that I was working with at the time, I don't know his exact numbers, that's his business, but he was very happy on what he made. So here's a real example post. My family and I currently live in Georgia and are looking to move to Middle Tennessee this summer. I'm looking for a realtor with experience with out-of-state buyers. I'm a small business owner. My husband is a teacher. Looking for 4+ bedrooms, studio space or bonus room, fenced yard a plus, would like to be within an hour and a half of Mount Juliet. How many comments do you think this post got? Drop them in the chat. Tell me, how many comments do you think this post got? From loan officers, real estate agents, everyone. I love it. I love somebody being super specific. Sunny, 789. Yeah, several hundred. I don't remember the exact number. Several hundred. The vast majority of the comments were exactly what I told you. I live in Mount Juliet. My husband's a teacher too. It's not bad. These aren't bad. But what value did you bring, right? Like, seriously. There are clues in this post that most agents ignore because they're focused on themselves. They're desperate to make money. And they forget that they're talking to a person who has real needs. And yet, if you listen to every great entrepreneur, top producer, top team leader, you don't have to just listen to me. They will tell you, if you solve people's problems, if you meet their needs, you will make more money than you could ever imagine. But most of us just don't actually do that. That's just the truth. It's a hard truth. If we did, we would make more money. Okay? So I'm going to show you where the clues were. These little highlights in yellow are some of these, right? Experience, out-of-state buyers, small business owner, Mount Juliet. So here's what they really said in the post now. I'm turning this into what they really said. We need an experienced agent who can guide us through the process of moving from out of state. I have a unique income situation as a small business owner. We have specific family needs and are willing to commute up to a certain distance to achieve them. Makes a lot more sense, right? Now we can get into what we can actually do to solve their real problems. Okay? So I'm going to give you my comment and then we'll dissect my comment. Why did I make this comment? How is this different? How is this useful? Why did I beat out all these other agents? Ones that have more Google reviews than me. Ones who I had only been living in Tennessee at that time, I think 2 years. And there were people who were like, I've lived here my whole life. How did I beat them out? How? All right. So here's my comment. This is the comment. And again, this is where it starts to get new, guys. Take this and really, really take this in. Ready? I've got a guide. Everything you need to know about moving to TN that I'd love to share with you at person's name. Plus, I have a specialized lender who can do loans for self-employed individuals since those aren't typical. What do you sell, by the way? Maybe I can incorporate it into gifts for my clients. And then attach a picture of the front cover of your guidebook. No, this is not a class on how to create a guidebook because it's unbelievably simple, especially with ChatGPT. Trina just said it too. Did you use AI to help create that guide? AI didn't exist, or at least it wasn't accessible to the public at that time. So I had to make it myself, and it took a ton of time. ChatGPT will make it so much easier. Remember, the guidebook can be 1 page long. It doesn't matter. Just let it be. And I'll share more resources. Now, take in, why is my post so powerful? Just read it for a second if you can. I don't know how the text appears on your screen. Take it in, and then I'm going to dissect why it was so impactful. Okay?
Were very specific with the things that they were asking. You narrowed it down right
That's
down
right.
to the core of what they were looking for.
That's right. Spot on. So let me show you exactly what I did. So the first part of the comment was, I've got a guide. Notice how I didn't start with their name. I used to do that. People's attention spans are really small. It's like a hook at the beginning of a video, right? You have to hook people right away. So I do not hook them with their name. They already know their name. It's not a very good hook, is it? Right? It's not the same as someone audibly saying your name. Then that hooks you because that's an unusual thing, right? So I've got a guide, everything you need to know about moving to Tennessee that I'd love to share with you at tagging their name. This tells them there are things they need to know about moving to Tennessee. You pick up on that? They need to know about moving to Tennessee because they're from out of state, so they don't know things about Tennessee. And remember, they're looking for an agent with experience. Why are they looking for an agent with experience, guys? Because they don't know certain things about moving to Tennessee. If they knew it all, they would be less concerned. There's tons of posts where people don't ask for experienced agents. They just ask for an agent. If someone takes the time to type out the word experienced, that means that they have concerns about their own knowledge and they need to make sure that someone has that knowledge. So I created mystery and I affirmed that I know the things that they know they want me to know, right? Nobody else in the comments did that. Nobody else was talking about the fact that that was creating mystery. And everybody says they have experience, like used car salesmen. Every car is great. Every deal is great. Every lifetime opportunity exists on the lot, right? Everybody says that. I have 25 years of experience. But the way I weaved in the experience was I have knowledge that you want. Then the next part, plus I have specialized lender who can do loans for self-employed individuals since those aren't typical. We all know that's true, right? And if you don't know it, welcome. I'm giving you a heads up, right? Self-employed is vastly different when it comes to loans. Loan officers here, you know extremely well. So this immediately educates them on the fact that their situation is unique and they'll need unique help, which I know I can provide. Okay? You see how I'm educating them? So now, even if there's a loan officer or an agent who's going, yeah, and we have really great programs, like everybody else says, I just said, well, hold on, your situation's unique. These stereotypical generic answers aren't going to cut it. I have what you need because your situation's unique. You guys following me so far? Give me a nod of a head if you're following me so far. If you're really getting this. It's stupidly simple when you break it down, isn't it? It's like, duh, why didn't I do this before? But you just have to figure it out and then you have to create the process, right? And then the last part, what do you sell, by the way? Maybe I can incorporate it into gifts for my clients. This tells them they have more to gain than just real estate with me. Anybody else helping them generate revenue? Would you not, let's say there's two equal people in the room, but one of them says, I'll also help you generate additional revenue. Which one are you going to go with? They're equal skill. Which one are you going to go with? Oh, duh. Obviously, the person who could potentially make you more money. You'd be an idiot not to. So I'm basically telling them, listen, I'm more than just real estate. I'm an asset to your business. And at the same time, I'm also telling them, you have more to lose if you don't work with me. You will lose the potential of a revenue generating opportunity. You know how many people just ignore the fact that they have a small business? They don't ask any questions about it. They don't show any care. They don't show any interest. I do the exact opposite. And then again, when you attach a picture of your guidebook, not your business card, right? It creates a visual proof that you actually have what you say you do. Right? We want proof. And it just helps us. It just helps us. Okay? You guys follow me with this one? I know that was a lot. Is it making sense though? Yeah? Can I see some thumbs up if it's making sense? Feeling good about it? Awesome. There's a lot of you here, so I can't see everyone's videos, but thank you for being here. And I really hope this is bringing you value, because this truly is one of the best tried and true methods. And honestly, it works so well across multiple industries for pretty much anything you're trying to accomplish. So now it's your turn. You guys know we're not passive. So you did a lot of things like that. Now we're going to do our breakout rooms. In these breakout rooms, here's what you're going to do. All right, if you're watching right now, we do live breakout rooms where you get assigned a partner who's going to walk through the process with you that you learn in the calls in real time together. You'll put it into action, and then for the next week, they'll also be your accountability and solution buddy who will just help you through that and the assignment for the week. So we would love to see you on the live call so you can get into these breakout rooms. You're going to take the post you had earlier. Okay. If you didn't have one, copy one of the ones from the chat, make up your own. It's going to be a practice. Okay. It's going to be a practice one. If you didn't find a post, it's okay. If you did, awesome. Bonus points to you. The points don't matter. This is whose line is it anyway, right? But if anybody remembers that, right? So bonus points to you because you'll get to be a little bit faster at taking action. But you're going to take the post you had earlier and you're going to dissect the wants and needs of that post, just like I showed you how I did that. That makes sense? The wants and needs of the post. You're going to highlight things. There's no perfect answer. You're going to just do your best, okay? And then you're going to kind of write down what they're really asking, like I did. What is Lori really asking? What is she really saying here? Right? Just like in that post. Her name was Lauren. She was awesome, by the way. Lauren was saying, and she sent me referrals too after I helped her find a listing agent for her home. Georgia, helped her buy here, and she sent me referrals. Would you say that was a pretty good outcome? This is the process, right? All right, so when you get into the breakout rooms, first, whether you're social media, phone numbers, emails, whatever you want, exchange with the person on the other side. They're going to be your accountability partner and your support partner for the week. You're going to work together to put this into action, okay? Remember, our trainings are different. We get things done. We support each other. Okay? So make sure you exchange information, because once the group ends, everybody comes back and it's chaos. All right, so then you're going to write down the wants and needs of that post that you have. And again, if you didn't find one or you're struggling with that, that's okay. I gave you some good examples. Take one of those examples, right, of someone looking for a realtor, right? Take the example I gave you, someone moving from out of state. It's pretty easy to do, and then you can just practice, okay? And really examine what they're asking for. Now, here's where it gets fun, okay? When you take that post, and I'm going to go and do a quick example with some of the posts that you guys did so I can even... does anybody know, I'm going to take Jason's, the most recent one I saw. Does anybody know a reliable, reasonable plumber that will go out to the Glendale Heights area? My parents are having an issue and they don't know who to call. Oh man, solid post. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to break down the wants and needs in a list. So some things I might break down off the top of my head is reliable, reasonable, right? It doesn't even matter that it's a plumber. Yeah, it could be any vendor, right? But reliable and reasonable keywords. Why? Reliable says, I've had bad experiences in the past of people not showing up and doing their job. Reasonable says, they always charge too much. My parents probably can't afford more, right? High-priced ones. We'll go out to the Glendale Heights area. So there's a distance. This is probably an inconvenient location. Maybe it's a smaller area. Maybe they've had difficult plumbers getting out there. My parents are having an issue and they don't know who to call. My parents, I want to help them. I love them, but also they're driving me crazy because they're asking me to fix their plumbing problem. What the heck? I'm not a plumber. Otherwise, I would have fixed the problem for them. You see how I extracted that data so quickly? So you're going to take those individual pieces and you're going to write down the solutions for them. or the assets that you have to provide for them. I'll show you an example, right? So reliable. All right, just go do a quick Google search for someone that covers specifically the Glendale Heights area and has good, solid Google reviews. That's pretty reliable. That's why we use Google reviews, right? It's the best that we can do. Okay, so that's one solution. Find someone who covers that area and has a high amount of Google reviews. Easy to do. Doesn't take you long, guys. A few seconds. Okay. Then, reasonable. Google has even the little cash symbol signs. Pretty easy. Like, they make this stupidly easy for us. They really do. They take a lot of the hard work out. Okay. And then Glendale Heights area, we talked about that. Just make sure they cover that area. Parents are having an issue, right? What are your solutions there? This person will come take care of it. They're reasonably priced. They're reliable. They'll service that area. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to stress anymore, right? Doesn't take long. That vendor partner, by the way, if they do a good job, just became a referral partner. Different class, different course, but I'll teach you how they can send you referrals consistently. Even your plumber, yes. So you're going to write down your solutions or your assets for those people, okay? Hopefully this is making sense. All right? Now, you craft your comment. You craft your comment. I showed you what to do, right? It's not, hi, I'm so-and-so. Nobody cares. I'm sorry. They don't care. They didn't make this post because they want to know who you are. They made this post because they want you to know who they are and what problems they need solved. Could you imagine that every time you went to the doctor, they just told you their life story? And you're like, that's great and all, but I'm bleeding here. Could you deal with my problem and then we can get to know each other? Right? Well said, Trina. They see who you are when you comment, when you provide value, when you address their needs. How to win friends and influence people. Care about the things that they care about, and you will build a deeper relationship, a powerful relationship. Okay. The goal for this week is that you join at least 50 groups this week. Yes, that's insane. I know. Do your best. Do your best. 50 groups. It's insane. Absolutely. But remember, you just don't know which group is going to have the people you want to talk to. I didn't say that you had to go into every group and post 50 times or comment 50 times. I said just join. Open the door to a window of opportunity. You may find that one group is full of spam, but you didn't know that until you joined it. And if you're already in 50 groups, Andrea, join some more. Like, truthfully, right? It's like the marketplace listings we talk about. Well, I already have 25. Great. Put 25 more. I think Walter usually has 50 to 60 at a time.
Robert, can you give us some ideas as far as other groups? Because I belong to like 30, 40 groups, and I'm running out of ideas as far as other ones to join.
Well, first of all, repeat groups is always good. Groups that, are the same thing said in a different way. Oh my gosh, like yard sale groups, there's 30 in Murfreesboro alone, or Rutherford County, which is the county that Murfreesboro is in. So like you can never be in too many of those. And what's absurd about those ones, by the way, is they have tens of thousands, some of these. Like, and I'm like, what the crap? Like, yeah, so that's a good one. Repeat groups. Again, hobby groups that you do and repeat hobby groups, multiple groups for that. If you're hitting 40 and 50 and you're really feeling tapped out, you can just go in and kind of reanalyze it. Like, where am I really being active? Where are people responding? You can kind of double down. You can start experimenting with groups you're not as active in. Most people do not actually be intentional in the groups they're in, so they might be in a ton of groups, but then they're rarely going out there and giving value consistently. So it's almost like they weren't even in the group to begin with. Does that make sense? So I hope that kind of answers your question. We'll get more into that for anybody else who has more questions about groups. All right. So you're going to find at least 25 direct. Remember, direct is literally, I'm looking for a loan officer. I'm looking for an agent. I'm looking for a house. I'm looking for very specific real estate related needs. That's a direct, obvious one. And an indirect is, I'm looking for location-based needs. I'm looking for amenities. I'm looking for questions about schools and all that. Bonnie, I'm currently in 395 groups. Holy goodness, that's a lot. You probably don't need to join more. I don't even know how that's possible. What the heck? You got to be on like Facebook's FBI watch list. Like, all right. So, then you're going to start doing your comments, guys. And I promise you, you will get this, you will get so good at this that you will be able to do what I do, which is every week get banned from Facebook because you're going to comment so much, you're going to post so much. And then each time you do it, Facebook will let you do it a little bit more the next time. Because essentially, as people engage and you actually bring value, right? They go, oh, actually, maybe we shouldn't have banned this person. People actually like them. Okay. All right. Helpful suggestions, real quick. CRM, put them in the CRM. Even when you start to connect with them, follow up with these people, send them a friend request and a DM. Don't worry, I've got a way for you to see what I send in the DMs. We just don't have time, guys. I used to do this for 2.5 hours, my full course on this. There you have it. How to get 2 deals a month from Facebook groups with no ads, not spending a dime, and even if you suck at social media. And you don't even have to have your own group. You can just leverage other people's groups. And so make sure that you subscribe to the Agent Alliance newsletter so that you can get the replays, the slides, and extra details, insights, assets, connections, resources, you name it, for free. Okay? And also get in the Agent Alliance group so you can connect with others just like you. And of course, keep coming to these live calls where we get interactive, we do breakout rooms, and we just crush it together.